100 shirts for only $395. 20 shirts for only $100.
Leaf Printing and Designs has stupendous signage, printed and embroidered apparel, and promotional products for you. They're at 5526 Burkhart Road in Dayton and on the web at greenleafprinting.com.
Good morning. My name is Richard Cox. I live at 3054 Jewelstone Drive, Dayton, Ohio. To the mayor and the commissioners and to city manager and the citizens of Dayton, I want to be critically clear that it's a dark day in the city of Dayton when the truth can be conceived to be unbelievable. We have to face the fact that the video clearly states, number one, that Kylan cooperated with the police department. Number two, excessive force was used, police brutality was committed, and this young man's life was taken. I don't know which video you were looking at, but this video shows that excessive force by the Dayton Police Department was used on this young man. Secondly, the officer, Miguel, needs to be brought up on criminal charges. And the 8 other officers need to be suspended until this investigation is complete. Jesus said, you should know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Malcolm X says that you can't stop the rooster from crowing when the sun is up. The sun is up, and the rooster is crowing. And I want to make it critically clear, the citizens elected you to make sure y'all don't cover this up. And SCLC is going to make sure that a cover-up doesn't happen, because every citizen in this community is afraid now of the Dayton Police Department. Let's just think the facts as being facts. If you get stopped, you don't know what's going to happen to you. And it seems that the city is unconcerned when it happens to African Americans. Now, is the justice mediated to just us? Is it injustice given to just us? How are the African Americans in this city to feel as to whether or not we can't trust the police department? I guarantee you, no justice, no peace. We will come to the city commission meeting time after time, as many citizens as we can put together to make sure that you don't sweep this one under the rug. And I'm here to tell you, if you don't think the citizens that voted you in can put you out, you ignore this situation. And I'm saying this, and I'm very serious. If you can't come up with the truth of this matter, the police chief needs to resign.
48 Harvard Boulevard. The difficulty of unbiased motivation for truth and justice is really a tough thought when you think that the city is already suffering from budgetary issues, right? We know that. There's already layoffs. There's already programs cut. How can you be motivated for something that may lead to a lawsuit that could be millions of dollars? Already we have departments fighting each other. Already we have major problems with this. So there's a difficulty for anyone to believe that there's really that motivation. The law department is going to protect the dollars first over justice, unless justice is a way to get dollars. We got a real problem. Citizens will suffer, programs cut. But let's not forget the county's culpable in this too. Most of the abuse that I saw happened in county facilities. They too need to be addressed. And if there was a hospital involved, how in the heck in that short period of time they said okay to go if in fact what happened was he committed suicide and was injured and didn't have complete control of his his facility. These are real big issues, but if you ignore it, when so many people know the truth in an economically depleted area like Dayton, Ohio, we got social unrest sitting here. Sure, I'll come to commission meetings, but what say something doesn't happen and it blows up with police officers involved and results in a riot? What happens then? What happens? What cost will that bring? Oh, wait a minute. FEMA. We could call this a natural disaster. It works like a tornado, and we can get federal dollars for our city. These are some ugly, ugly scenarios. But this is what's sitting right now. And unfortunately, or fortunately, it's put in your hands. This could be your legacy. This could be the legacy of this commission to take the lead to get this done properly. You know, this that happened to Kylan was a cultural problem in the police. There were too many, and in the jail, and in the staff of the county, there were too many people involved. And that doesn't mean that just all the bad people showed up at once. That suggests there's a cultural problem that we all have to deal with. And you guys are taking the lead from the city's point. Thank you.
Thank you.
Name and address.
Lamar Jackson, 5399 out of Road.
Thank you.
Seeing what happened and seeing the tape, we don't feel safe. And like you said, y'all lessons are for this. We won't stand by and just tolerate it. And I'm so upset. I don't want to say the wrong thing, so I'm gonna keep it at that. Y'all lessons are up for this, man. We don't feel safe.
Jerome McCory, 817 North Upland Avenue, and good morning to each of you. I stand equally concerned about the situation involving young Mr. English as well. One of the things that really concerns me is the number of young people who have gotten stirred up in this community. And as I speak, having met with several hundred of them just last night, they've been calm, they've been cooperative, and we encourage them to stay that way. Our message to our young people is still, we want to end the violence at every level. So we still say, when things are going down in the neighborhood that shouldn't go down, you ought to cooperate with the police. We need to clean it up, period. But I think we also have to remember that good leadership is set by example, not by words alone. In any city that I've been to, when an investigation was ongoing, whether paid or unpaid, the principal parties involved were not permitted to come back to work until there was some outcome to that investigation. We have an officer who is at work that folk don't feel safe around, that folk feel nervous should he show up to take a complaint. That's very real. And I'm wondering if the concerns of the people are being taken as seriously as they really are. I come not to crucify anybody, but I do come to crucify a system that has been exposed for what it is. This is a large problem, but it didn't just happen overnight. When I ride through my community and see young black fellas pulled over for simple traffic violations, and they're sitting on their hands in the sweltering heat because they forgot to use a left turn signal to make a left turn. And the police, instead of writing a ticket, have said, everybody get out. We're going to run a check on everybody simply because somebody made a bad turn. And we continue to establish policy that allow for that. I'm wondering what level our concern really is as it relates to all the citizens. When I can ride all over the rest of the city, and I don't see that happening. When a young man who's pulled over, and I pulled up on the scene to make sure that I understood what was going on, could ask permission for his vehicle to be searched by a Dayton police officer because there was too much fabric spray or the smell of aroma of freshness in his vehicle, as though he was trying to cover up. I'm wondering what the limit is, or do we set an ordinance as to how much freshener you can use to freshen up your automobile? When I think about what happened in Mr. English's situation, I have an even larger concern because we trust you, and we need to get to some truth in this matter.
Thank you. Your Honor, that is all.
I guess in relation to Bishop Cox's comment, we're working as best we can because we're producing the evidence and producing the material. So work with us and we'll work with you. If we were covering something up, I don't think that material would have been necessarily made available. So, Mr. Green, do you have any closing comments?
I have none, Your Honor.
Just for a minute that I had a chance to attend the funeral of Kylan, even this last week, and primarily just to get a better sense of who he was. And I really appreciated the reflections by Pastor Paul and Reverend Newkirk over there. So I think certainly we know that Kylan was a special person. He brought a lot of joy to his friends and family. So I understand him better. That he certainly, through the power of his personality and his gift of song, he influenced a number of folks within his community. You know, there were a couple thousand folk at that church last week, and I've not seen that since the days of Jesse Jackson. So Kylan touched thousands of folks. It's pretty amazing. It's amazing. So again, condolences to his parents, and that's all.
Okay. Do you have anything, Mr. Joseph?
I thought that we were going to at least let the community know, are we still 3 weeks out, or when do we expect to know more about if this investigation continues?
Commissioner, I can give a brief update on the investigation if you'd so choose.
Well, the timeline is still something like 3 weeks out, or how long do we expect?
The timeline is still a few weeks out. I talked yesterday to the coroner, and he indicated that they are processing the reports that they have. They've asked for a faster processing of the reports. He views that will be a couple of weeks till they get that, and after they get it, they said their report to us would probably be within a week after that. In addition to that, the Dayton police officers still have there's significant work to do in terms of that, and they're going ahead. So I think we're probably still talking about 3 weeks or so out there. We'll give you an update each week in terms of where we are and where we think the report will be coming.
Greenleaf Printing and Designs has stupendous signage, printed and embroidered apparel, and promotional products for you. They're at 5526 Burkhart Road in Dayton and on the web at greenleafprinting.com.